Hello everyone, welcome to your timeless reading. My name is Elena. Thank you so much for tuning in. So let's see what Spirit has in store, or the messages Spirit wishes for you to know at this time. Thank you, Spirit. Ooh. I hope everyone's having a lovely month here, enjoying the winter. Let's see what Spirit wishes for you to know at this time. Oh my gosh, by the way, your cards are flying out quite significantly. So, oh wow, decision, creative energy, imagination, wow, release. Okay. All right. So looking at this spread, it leads to like a story, like there's a decision that you're making in terms of moving forward with a creative project or something that you've always wanted to do, something that you've always loved to do, something that has always inspired you, a passion, maybe a side business, maybe a business in general. It's taking that leap of faith and moving towards this direction of creativity. And these things, it's been ideas that have been ruminating in your mind your whole life. Like this is something where it's like something to which you've always wanted to do, but for whatever reason, whether it's the timing, whether it's like there's some lessons that needed to be learned in terms of, for instance, being seen or being perceived, or maybe you felt like, you know, you couldn't really express your truth, or you never felt courageous enough or safe enough to do this or to take a chance on yourself. Maybe there was a fear of failure, something that kind of prevented you from doing this project or this thing that, you know, ignites your heart. And I feel like at this time, you've decided that this is the right time because you've healed this aspect. You've released certain things, certain belief systems, certain situations, certain people, certain jobs maybe, that have kind of hindered you from moving into this new direction. So for me, when I see this, I feel like this is the beginning of a new chapter for you. And this could mean that you've already made the decision. It can also mean you're about to make this decision, or a decision needs to be made, right? Again, everybody has free will. Whether they want to move forward with this or not is up to them. Whether they want to work on those shadow aspects or those negative beliefs, that's up to them. However, overall, in general, this is to me, when I look at these cards, I feel like there's an opportunity here for you to move forward. Like there is a lot of you out there who are ready to kind of release it and move into this space of creativity, which is really, really exciting. So let's see what other cards Spirit wishes for me to share here. Okay, I'm going to take some cards from this deck. And then one more from this. Maybe there's like some sort of inspiration too that comes to you. And it's like, it's time to ground it, you know, bringing it into reality. A new concept. Whoa, way too much, Spirit. Which one? Oh, that's like, do you hear that? That's like a confirmation. It's almost like it's time to start doing your thing, you know? I'm going to see if Spirit wants all of these. I doubt it. Okay, let's see. I'll put these down here. So let's start off with this. Communication. Be communicative of your thoughts and feelings in regard to the situation. Let go of self-blame and judgment, feeling misunderstood. Wow. Interesting. And it's right under your decision card. So I feel like maybe you finally like put up a boundary with someone or a situation or an establishment. Maybe there's something where you've constantly felt like no matter how many times you've said what you needed to say or expressed your truth to them or your concerns about something, it's like they didn't listen. It's like you're constantly feeling as if no matter what you say, it's going on deaf ears. So this is kind of what is leading to this decision that you're making. You're realizing that that there's people that are gonna consistently misunderstand you. And the only peace that can really come from this situation is from you removing yourself from these people, or I don't know, maintaining no contact or cutting cords with people, or realizing that these people are not going to change. This establishment, their ways of doing things is not going to change. So you have to start taking care of yourself. You're understanding that you have to start directing that focus and that energy towards you and your goals, because they're not on the same page as you, is what I'm picking up with this. Abundance. Abundance in the form of wealth, money, and fortune is on its way to you. Now, all your financial and material needs are met, paying off loans and debt. Now, when I see this, I feel like some people might be afraid to take that leap of faith because of, finances or money. And Spirit is saying that there has to be a level of trust that things are going to work out for you. And it's not just about money that's coming in. It's about resources. It's about people helping you, opportunities coming in, collaboration. And Spirit kind of wants you to focus on the fact that, like, if you are in a state of alignment, you're actually in your most magnetizing space that you can possibly be. Like, you will automatically attract more people that are for you, who understand you easily. You're not going to ever feel, I'm not going to say ever, but like, you're going to be around people that will understand who you are as a person. They understand your character. You're not going to feel as if you're always needing to defend yourself or be on hypervigilance or like trying to understand them, or like, you're not going to be confused. Alignment is an energy where there's a lot of clarity. So if you're confused, that means you're in the wrong environment. If you know exactly what you need to do and what you're supposed to be doing, and you know very clearly who you are, that means you are in alignment. So Spirit is saying that this alignment energy, the clearer you get, the more certain you are, the more trusting you are in knowing that you're going to be supported. The universe will reflect that back to you. So, and that obviously comes with the decision. So sometimes our most clarifying moments in our experience are moments where we have to experience contrast, unfortunately. It's not fun. Nobody really likes it, but that is probably one of the quickest ways to really know what you want and what you don't want. So I feel like despite what's happening here, Spirit kind of wants you to be grateful within the contrast, or try to find your gratitude within that, the blessings in your contrast, because it is leading you to being very clear with who you are and where you want to go. So let's see what this card is. Ooh, love. Be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. See the light in all things. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace. Interesting. So yeah. Okay. What I'm picking up from this card is that, let's say you're around people or situations that are not for your highest and best good. And even though perhaps people have been unkind to you in many ways, or maybe, because they don't see eye to eye with you, you've had to deal with a lot of negativity or energies that are very not for you. So you feel like a huge sense of resistance, whether it's people, whether it's like an establishment that you're working for. Spirit is saying that even though you know that there are differences and that you can't really mend those differences because, people, I hate to say this, there's a lot of people that rarely change. Not like it's your job to change them. It's your job to acknowledge that that is where they're at, and to kind of walk away with grace. Like, it's almost like, you know how like when you understand somebody's behavior, even though you don't like it, you can understand their thinking behind it, you understand their wounds, you can really psychoanalyze everything as to why they are the way they are. And you accept that in terms of like, you just know that that's where they're operating from and it's not personal. That is one of the greatest forms of love. It's almost like you see them for who they are. They're not willing to do the work to heal, but you are going to start focusing on yourself, right? You're not here to put up with bad behavior just because somebody doesn't want to acknowledge the wounds that they have. You know what I mean? You can understand them. However, you're not a doormat, and you're not going to put up with that type of nonsense because you love yourself. So and in fact, actually, because you've done that work to love yourself and you understand yourself in terms of your shadow aspects and your light, that's why you're able to see these people for who they are so deeply. And that is why you're able to be compassionate and understand them on a deep level and know it's not personal. So Spirit is saying, like, deal with these people with the grace. Be kind to them still. Obviously, if they're being rude or if they are crossing your boundaries, assert your boundaries. Speak your truth. However, deal with them in grace and knowing that how they're behaving right now, how they're acting, is a reflection of their character. And it's not to do with who you are as a person or your worth as a person. So I know it says be gentle with yourself. I feel like this has been maybe a long time coming. And perhaps in those moments, you kind of doubted yourself, you doubted your self-worth, you doubted the direction in your life. But I think moving out of that, you're understanding things more clearly, like see the light in all things, which is what I was mentioning, how clarity kind of brings blessings to you, even though it can be difficult. You can see the blessings in the contrast, which is knowing yourself, knowing that this is not what you want anymore. These people are not who you want to be around anymore. You're done with that type of energy, and truly investing in yourself and moving towards what it is that's important to you and what makes you very happy. And that is really a very self-loving thing to do. And this can also indicate partnership and attracting new love into your life. So perhaps people are moving away from old relationships that no longer resonate with the new version of who they are. And even though maybe that's not your intention to kind of seek love, maybe it is, maybe it's not. I feel as if Spirit is making room for new love, new people who truly understand you, community, better environments, because you're releasing these things that aren't serving you anymore. But I feel like some people are still in that healing phase. So they're not really focused on finding love. I feel like right now they're just kind of focused on healing themselves, because this could have been traumatic, and also taking the time to kind of nurture themselves to have that creative energy flourish, right? So there's that. So you have 4 cards here. It says Ascended Master Elmoria and Blue Star Sapphire, Higher Will. So there's a bigger plan at play here. When I see this card, there is a bigger plan at play. Even though this felt like, why is this happening? You're always going to be okay. You know, I always am a firm believer that we all come together for certain reasons, and people have free will. You know, sometimes people behave in ways that are not in alignment to their higher self. And even though perhaps on the spiritual level, you guys agreed to kind of meet together, but because people's lower selves are not listening to their higher selves, perhaps that contract is now dissolving, and therefore you're removing yourself from that person or situation, because higher will kind of states that, you know, like, yeah, you come together for a reason, but let's say if people's free will is really making it difficult for one party or the other, they're going to remove you from that person, especially if you're done learning a lesson. If you're done learning whatever this has taught you, it's they're going to move you into another direction, because that's not fair to you. You're not meant to be in environments where you're constantly being misunderstood or triggered or people project. It's not fair to you. It's not conducive for your health and your growth. And if you've done the work on yourself and loving yourself and maintaining a frequency that is in alignment with you, you will be removed from these situations. And it's like a divine protection thing. Interesting. So number 5, Angel Ahael and Labradorite, individuality. This is amazing because, you know, moving aside from this, what's happening here? You're finding yourself. You're finding your voice. You're learning to speak your truth. You're trusting your intuition. Labradorite is a very crown chakra and like third eye chakra crystal. It's almost like you know very clearly now who you are and what you're meant to be doing. And to be quite frank, a lot of the lessons we come to learn in this world is really about knowing yourself more. So this is a blessing in so many ways. You know yourself a lot more now, right? You know what you'll put up with and what you won't. And I feel like when I look at these cards, I feel like a lot of divine masculine energy. It's not gender specific. It's energy of really grounding what it is that you want to do. Plant the seeds now, right? In terms of what you're moving towards, getting very clear of where you're heading towards, making a list of doing those things. And I feel like that's kind of what Spirit is saying right now. Start making a list, start checking off goals and what you want to accomplish, and start planting your seeds to kind of move into that direction. So, oh my gosh, look at this. Ascended Master Serapis Bay and Clear Calcite, Karmic Grace. Yeah, Karmic Grace. So, as I was saying, there's a sacred play happening here in terms of like all components. People are in a co-creative experience here. And grace came up twice. So, it's speaking to people with grace, even though, you know, they've been behaving badly, still maintaining that frequency of knowing it's not personal, but not putting up with crap, you know. Karmic grace tells me this is a very karmic lesson for that person. You've removed yourself from this and you're moving on with your life. Their free will decisions, I hate to say it, there's a karmic element to that. How they have been behaving, how they have been acting, there's karmic justice here. Like, they're going to have to deal with whatever it is that they're doing because their frequency is their own, right? So they're continuously doing something that may not be healthy. And that frequency is going to continuously attract to that person or those people or that situation things that are not healthy. So this is why we know that it's like not personal. Like, this is a situation to which you've removed yourself from. So Spirit really wants you to maintain that frequency of gratitude and happiness, because that's what's going to attract more of what's in alignment with you. So this is really confirmation that if you're wondering, I hate to say this, you know, some people go like, I hope people get their karma, and that is quite petty, to be quite frank. And I'm not about that life, but this card tells me that there's a karmic justice happening here. You know, and karma doesn't happen so much on your time, but it will happen on the right time. So Spirit says just focus on yourself and let karma deal with the rest. So last but not least, Ascended Master Mary Magdalene in Aqua Aura Quartz, Divine Alchemy. Beautiful. Look at that card. Holy. Mary Magdalene is a divine feminine. Speaking with your heart. This to me looks like a higher heart chakra crystal, Aqua Aura Quartz. And I feel like you've been true to yourself this whole time. I feel like you've been speaking what's on your heart this whole time. You've been moving through the situation with integrity this whole time. And I feel like that, because God sees everything, and this might have been done behind your back or whatever, I feel like you're being protected and guided into this new phase. And I think this is just validation as well that, you know, you're doing a great job. Like, even though sometimes in life, like, you feel like maybe you're doing things alone. And it's like, but you're not alone. Spirit sees everything. And when I say spirit sees everything, right? Even though you may feel like you don't have support as you're moving through this journey, or maybe through these challenging times, spirit is confirming to you that they've been with you this entire way, and they're really proud of you. They're proud of the way you handled this situation. They are proud of you finding yourself. They're proud of you taking that time to nurture yourself and healing and releasing the things that are not in alignment with you. And because of that, you will be blessed, because karma also represents the blessings that are meant to come in your life. So keep focusing on you, keep doing what you do, and know that you are fully supported and that spirit is cheering you on. So I hope this reading helps you, and I hope this reading resonates with you. If you like this reading, feel free to like, subscribe, and share. And I absolutely love hearing from you. So feel free to leave a comment. I love reading them. So again, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will talk to you later. Okay, bye.